Non-compete clauses in California are very strictly construed, and they're against public policy. California really favors the right for an employee to have a job and do work. And in fact, as people know, in the employment space, for instance, they know in California that the law is skewed towards the employee. So as an employer, as a business, how do you enforce a non-compete? What are those circumstances where you can have a non-compete? There's one called the professional athlete exception. If you are an actor or a scientist or a super movie star who's very unique, in that situation, you can sign a non-compete that's enforceable. In connection with the sale of a business, if I sell you a business, you're buying the goodwill of that. So let's say you pay $10 million for that. If I'm the owner of that business and I can walk out the door after you've given me a check for $10 million and go to a competitor, I can destroy the goodwill that you just bought. So when someone sells their business, they can agree to not compete for up to 5 years in California. Where it gets a little more complex is, that's a situation where I own 100% of the business. What about if I have 10 employees or 10 owners that each own 10% of the company? If we sell the company, do we each have a non-compete? The answer is probably yes. When you start going down from there and you own stock in Apple Computer and you have less than 0.1%, no. You sell the equity in Apple Computer, you're not going to be subject to a non-compete. But if you own a material portion of a business and you sell it out, the common law principle in California is we won't allow you to then turn around and destroy the goodwill of the business that you sold it to. So those are the two situations where non-competes are enforceable in California.